Hello everyone, I have something very special that I found in the post today. It arrived. This. You already know what this is from the title. It is the new QiYi FTO. This is the magnetic version. I haven't got the non-magnetic version yet. I also bought some XMT 10. Apparently this is really good in the Dian, so I'm going to try that at some point. Anyway, here we go. In a very snazzy looking box. Interesting. The others are in, so the Diansheng and the Dian are both in cardboard boxes. There we go. That's that. And then we can just double check that this is the right version somehow. Not sure if it actually says on the box. Oh, it probably does because it says 48, and yeah, there's a picture of magnets in there. Alright, I can hear something in the box, so let's open it up and find out what that is. What was rolling around? So we've got a pamphlet, a little stand for it, so I'll fold that back up. Chuck all that in there. Don't need that right now. Here's the puzzle, and here is the pamphlet. So this is going to have some kind of tutorial. Whoa, this is long. It looks like we've got piece by piece tutorial. Yeah, and it finishes with the edges. So start with corners, then triangles, and then edges. Cool, and yeah, both in English and Mandarin, I don't know. Alright, it also has an M on the logo, which is on the piece. So, unlike with the Dian and the Diansheng, actually I don't know if the Diansheng's logo was a sticker. The Dian's logo was a sticker. That came off super easily. Okay, so here we are. It sits, in terms of size, dead in the middle of these three. I think it looks about, yeah, it's slightly smaller than the Lan Lan and Rex-TO. Ever so slightly, but still bigger than the Diansheng. This probably is going to be the ideal size for me. And yeah, it's tiles, so not stickered, but stickerless tiled. And let's try some turns. Ooh. I guess the magnetic feel is nice. And it's not as smooth as the Diansheng when I first opened that up. It's a little tight out of the box, and of course, just like the Diansheng, there's a bit more of a Florian cut here, but not tons more. So there's potentially slightly more corner cutting, but not tons. I don't know what to think, to be honest. I mean, it turns nicely enough. This could be a perfectly good FTO. I don't know if I love the springs in it. I think the springs might be a bit too strong. Or that could be the tension is an issue. Oh. It feels mushy. I don't know the right word to describe it. Whereas I think it feels blockier, I think is what people would say, where it feels like all of the space is full of puzzle. Whereas there's a bit more, this is certainly lighter feeling. I guess we can compare the colours. So, I mean, white is white, and there's the green of the Diansheng and the QiYi. They're pretty similar, and then the slightly paler on the Dian. I like the yellow on the QiYi, actually. That's a nice vibrant yellow. I don't know if the black background adds to the contrast. Yeah, I much prefer these greys to the brown of the Diansheng. I mean, red is red. We got blue. Same difference. They all look pretty similar to me. So do the oranges. And I like the purple on all of them. I think I prefer the purple on the Dian, but they're all nice enough purples. I think I've done green. I have no complaints about the colours, honestly. I think the complaints are going to be entirely mechanical. The magnets are pretty strong compared with the Diansheng. The Diansheng's magnets are a little bit lighter, and the Dian, you feel the magnets, like, they're a bit stronger as... Are they stronger? They feel pretty strong. I'd actually say that the QiYi magnets are a bit stronger than that. Yeah. Okay, let's see if I can get into it. Actually pull out a piece. I can.
Where did that go?
So I don't know if I can see into that slot, but I'm assuming there's a magnet in here somewhere. That's an interesting little shape. It has this fun little hexagonal zigzag type pattern, I guess, to help lubricant run on the tracks and stuff. Yank those out. And let's get a closer look. Oh yeah, it's a very thin base compared to the base of the corners on the other options. Yeah, very simple one-piece design for the base. Whoa, yeah, this is crowded in here. You can see that there's the centers are quite narrow, and there's loads, and there's a very big base on the triangles there. Sorry, on the edges. So maybe it's a similarly large base underneath. I think it's largely similar to the Super IVQ mechanism that we all used a couple of years ago for the FTO, but it's not exactly the same apparently. I mean, it doesn't look the same with the triangles and edges, so maybe they felt there were some changes to be made. Oh no, how am I going to get this back together? Let's try putting the corner in now. Oh god. Right, corner in first. Alright, lovely. So there's two versions of this puzzle. There's a magnetic and non-magnetic. I think if you're speed solving, then there's no reason to get a non-magnetic version. But if you just want to, for collection purposes, or if you just want a budget FTO, then I guess that's fine. You know, I think it's only £6 or £7. It's not a lot. Bloody hell. Oh no, I'm not going to be able to put this back together. How did I get it out before? It was this way, wasn't it? So let's try that. There we go, lovely. I think I don't love the swishy sound of the plastic, but with enough solves it'll sound better, because I didn't really like the sound of either of these when I first got them either, but they sound much nicer now. So what I thought I'd do is just mix it up and do a couple of solves just to get a feel for it. Oh god, it's so tight, and it's just very, it just doesn't really corner cut that much. Okay, let's turn that back on. Haven't solved for a few days, so please excuse my terrible turning. Okay, 28. Fine. Let's try another. From what I understand, this is much less likely to have any edge pops, and I can certainly feel that it's not going to have many edge pops. It doesn't feel like the mechanism is flexing very much, so I guess it may well be more stable. Is there a nice way to make that? No, there isn't. Okay, whatever. We'll just ignore it then. That's the other option. Oh, just do it wrong instead. Incredible. Good grief. I'm actually finding it a little bit tricky to differentiate between the purple and the red, weirdly enough. That may just be because there's not very much, it's quite low light in here. That could be the issue. Oh my goodness. So obviously it's not set up right now, so I can't really compare it directly, but I will say it feels nice enough. This is a very good stab at the FTO mechanism for a first try. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Certainly there are improvements that could be made, but I mean, yeah, I mean, it turns all right, and it doesn't feel like it's going to explode on me, which is something that I was always worried about with the Diansheng. It is definitely a really good size. I really like the size because the Diansheng's too small, and I mean, because I haven't solved on one of these for ages, I can already feel a bit of discomfort in my thumb, a bit of a twinge, just because it's smaller, and this just, the Diansheng is just not the right size for my hands. Nope, that's wrong, that way. But this one's broken in, right? So it's not an entirely fair comparison to say that, oh, you know, this one's definitely better, but it is lighter. They both are pretty catchy and pretty uncomfortable in that regard. But I mean, I quite like the look of stickered puzzles. So I do like the look of that a bit better than the stickerless puzzles, but I think I'm perhaps in the minority opinion with that, preferring the appearance of black plastic with stickers on. I'm not going to do a merry-go-round of every single FTO I have, but I'll just do one on the Dian as well, to see how we feel. I mean, you can see that I'm not really super on it today. My look ahead is pretty bad, but yeah, I mean, it's pretty much sort of, I would say that if the QiYi was, you know, if the magnetic version was a bit cheaper than it is, because I think it's about the same price as the Diansheng. If it was a bit cheaper, this would be a great budget option. I'm not sure if it's worth the price of the Diansheng, but then again, maybe not popping all the time is worth it, you know, because the Diansheng does pop quite a lot, and maybe this one doesn't. We'll have to wait and see with that, but for my money, if you are still looking for a speed solvable FTO and you're wanting to be fast, it's the Dian all the way. If the Dian could be this size, I think it would be perfect. I think that's all I'm missing from the Dian, honestly, is just make it the same size as the QiYi and everything's rosy. So yeah, pretty darn good. I'm not sure if I'll get a non-magnetic version. The main reason I have this one, like the main reason I've got one at all, is because QiYi is running a competition at the moment, which is open until the 18th of November, and I will put a link to the information in the description. You have to use a QiYi FTO to do it, so that's why I have one. Catch you next time.